Put me in the middle of your mission. Help me find the strength to say, if God be for me, then who can be against me this day?
Back before kings ruled Israel, there were judges who led Israel. There was a famine in the land, which meant no rain and no food. So a man named Elimelech, with his wife Naomi, and his sons Mahlon and Chilion, left Bethlehem and moved to the country of Moab in search of food. Elimelech, the father, died. Then the sons married Moabite women. One married a woman named Orpah, and the other son married Ruth. They lived there in Moab for another 10 years. But then both Mahlon and Chilion also died. So Naomi no longer had a husband or sons. So she started packing to go back to Bethlehem, where she had come from. And because she heard that now Bethlehem had food again. Naomi and her 2 daughters-in-law, Ruth and Orpah, were headed down the road to Judah. When she told them,
"You should stay in your home in Moab with your mothers. You are still young. May God bless you with a new husband and a new home. You both were so very good to my sons, and I wish you the very best."
They were all crying, and both Orpah and Ruth said,
"We want to go with you. We think of you as our mother, and we will miss you terribly."
But Naomi was firm.
"What reason is there for you to go with me? I am too old to marry again. Even if by some miracle I had 2 more sons, would you wait for them to grow up and be old enough to marry? Of course not. No, my dear daughters. This is even more sad for me than it is for you. You should go back to your childhood home and be with your family."
So Orpah kissed her mother-in-law goodbye and sadly left to go back to Moab. But Ruth hugged Naomi and wouldn't let go.
"Look, your sister-in-law has left to go back with her people. Don't you want to go with her?"
"Don't make me go. I want to stay with you. Where you go, I will go. Where you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your home will be my home. Your God will be my God. And where you are buried is where I want to be buried. Not even death will separate us."
So Naomi gave in and let Ruth travel with her. They got to Bethlehem at harvest time, and Ruth told Naomi,
"I'm going to go work in the field. I will follow a harvester who will hopefully be kind to me and leave some barley for me to pick."
"Okay, be careful out there."
Now, Naomi had a rich relative named Boaz who owned a huge field. When Boaz saw Ruth out working, he told her,
"You don't need to go to any other field. There will be plenty of food for you right here. And when you get thirsty, you can drink from our buckets filled with water."
That went on all season long until it was finally time for the harvest celebration. Naomi told Ruth,
"Get all dressed up and let Boaz know that you're available for marriage. It is time for you to get married and have your own home again."
Back then, when a woman's husband died, a close relative could marry her, and then they could have children to carry on the family's name. When Boaz learned from Ruth that she was available for marriage, he said,
"There is one more relative closer to your past husband than I am. Let me check with him to see if he wants to buy the field that belonged to your father-in-law and also marry you. If not, I will be more than happy to be your husband."
So Boaz went to check with the other relative, who said,
"Well, that is a nice field. I wouldn't mind buying the land, but I am not interested in getting married to Ruth. I already have a family, and I don't want to mess up their inheritance.
So Boaz and Ruth married, and they had a baby boy named Obed. Naomi loved that baby boy so much and happily took care of him as much as she could. She was a wonderful grandmother. When Obed grew up, he had a boy named Jesse who grew up, and then Jesse had a boy named David. Now that's the same David grew up to kill the giant Goliath and become King David. And King David was the great many greats grandfather of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who came to earth to save the world.
When all creation hears your breath, when all of history points to you, when life itself